going. All right, let's go. Flying solo for a little bit here. Got me sitting here like Steven Glansberg. I think rally's gonna be a little late, it looks like, and Jan should be hopping in for a sec.
What's going on?
Oh, there's Rally. Let's go. Oh shit, what's up, Sam? What's up, Gavin, Talon, Tyler, Brent? Let's go. Thank you everyone for joining.
Oh, I forgot to check, guys. Who won the contest last week? Rushing yards.
Thick grub.
Ah.
Oh, scat. Yeah, let's go, baby. What are you saying, Rally?
Yeah, he's a good choice for that contest. He's he might be the best running back, like not taking receiving into play.
Right. I think Jan might agree with that. He's been talking him up big time. He actually leads the league in rushing in our Madmen season right now by quite a bit. By like hundreds of yards. What's up, Griff? Thanks for smashing that like button, guys. Let's go. The dog. I keep forgetting to show Jan the video. I'm going to tonight. It's going to happen.
Running back. All right.
What's up, Scott?
I see the Niners. Who else we got? Niners and Vikings?
Falcons.
Falcons. Okay.
It's this might be the first time we've watched the Falcons. I'm not positive. Maybe we watch them one other time. But they're
definitely
2-11.
Do they have Mariota?
Yes, they should. What's up, Abe? Few? SJ, Scotch's first stream. Let's go. Roberto. Aeroplan. Oh my God. Let's go. Dude, everyone shows up on Thursday.
I've been hearing good things about that quarterback in Atlanta, the third-round pick. I think his name's Ritter, Desmond Ritter.
Interesting.
He's
where's he out of?
I forget. I want to say Illinois for some reason. That's not it. But he's a scrambler. So at the end of the season, he's a sleeper.
Okay.
Like if he were to take over by week 10 or so, you might get a couple of those 80 yards rushing, 300 yards passing type games, especially if Atlanta's not good and get involved in some blowouts.
Yeah, no, good points. I know I'm going to start using a lot of your knowledge and your advice during DraftKings this year. Do some cheap bets, but I got to at least give it a shot. I've had some pretty decent luck on DraftKings before. I just don't do it often. I don't like gambling. I get scared.
I think the best thing to do with DraftKings is just decide going into the season what you're going to play. Like I'm going to play one Millie Maker each week. I'm going to play the $12 single entry each week, and just set that as your budget and just play that.
That sounds good. I like that.
Otherwise, on game time, sometimes it's just easy to just firing in, hundreds of dollars worth of lineups and stuff that you're maybe not prepared for.
Yeah. Woo! Well, typical Madmen fashion, we got a pick early. Deion Jones. Oh, who we got? We got Big Papa. Let's go. Nice. Got some big dogs in the stream tonight.
So I saw we got the pack drops coming up. When is that? Is that this week?
Well, this weekend is the Mystics pack drop. So that's there are 8 special edition one-of-ones that are being auctioned off. So the packs will be auctioned off, and then after all of them are sold, they'll be revealed. So it'll be a surprise on which one-of-one that you get. But then our regular pack drop, the Fantasy Kings pack, that is August 14th, I believe, which is a Sunday.
And I'm sorry, when is that, the Mystics?
This Saturday Saturday or Sunday, I believe it starts, but they're auctions, and I believe they're 2 days a piece. So it'll last.
So you get
it'll last for like a couple of weeks or something like that.
Nice.
Bobby Bones.
Do we know who's in the packs, or is that being?
Yep, it's in the
surprised?
Discord. Jan's released all the information in the Discord, and it's on the Instagram and on the Twitter as well.
I'm
Jennifer,
gonna go check
how
it
are
out
you tonight? Yeah, he's got the parody names and the descriptions released, so you know at least what you're going after.
I'm in updates. Where do I need to be?
It's a good question. What are we looking for?
I want to see the,
names,
who's
the
dropping
names.
that. Yeah. Arrivals, maybe?
Updates. It's on Instagram. I know that. Jan will probably tell us here in a sec.
Pull up my Insta.
It's a great question. I know he had it somewhere in the Discord. But yeah, if you pull up the Insta, I posted it with the picture of the pack.
You have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively.
Let's go, guys.
Than try to go up and make a stop on the
I see the Zeke, which is sweet.
Yep. So that's one of them.
Oh, there we go. Okay.
But that's the only one that you get to see, I think. He might have.
So there's a Cooper Bowl Offensive Player of the Year.
Yep.
Offensive Player of the Year. Is that that's TJ Watt? Kilowatt.
Big news channel.
Comeback Player of the Year, Joe Nero. That'll be a popular one.
Yeah, I think that's
Pro Bowl MVP, Gelatin Sherbert.
Yeah, that's
that Herbert. That'll be sweet.
Yep.
I really like that practice champions belt. Oh, the AB, the one with his shirt off. That'll be a popular one.
Right. All of them, dude.
The Tio popcorn. Oh man, these are excellent.
Right. And then when he releases utility too, I have a feeling that these one-of-ones are going to be more special than people think.
Who is the boss hijacker? I'm assuming that's a coach.
Well, we have Candy Boss, and that is Randy Moss.
Which is the
that art's
hijacker.
actually leaked on the Instagram. If you go browse through there a little bit, you can find it.
It says the hijack boss.
Yep.
That's got to be a coach, right?
Nope. Nope. So look on the Instagram and look at the post for Randy Moss or Candy Boss. It's got a picture of him jumping over. I believe it's a Raider. What's up, B? What's up, Jolly? Meta? Sorry, not ignoring you guys. Just in deep conversation with Valley.
Yeah, that's going to be strong. The Antonio Brown with the shirt off is going to be sweet.
Yeah, I think all of them are, honestly. I don't think there's a bad pack out there. I mean, I feel like it'll be the same for all of the pack drops in the future. I think Jan's pretty strategic with who he releases.
I wonder if Moss is him mooning the crowd in Green Bay. That would be sweet.
It's on. If you look on Instagram, the art's already released, bro. You just gotta do a little digging.
Really? I'm on there. I don't see it.
Do you see? Yeah, that's because it's kind of hidden in a post. You got to click on the post that's got Randy Moss catching the football. It's a real picture of him, and then you can scroll to the right. I'm trying to help my best without giving away too much.
I don't see it, man.
If you're on Instagram, you've already seen. If you've seen all our posts, you should have seen it. I'll tell you exactly where it is. One sec. I'm gonna help you out.
If I click, I can see the list of guys. I just don't see the picture.
No, I'm saying it's a separate post. Totally separate post. It's if you look on the Instagram page, it's the post that's directly under Tim Tebow. Or Tim's escrow, I should say. What's up, Rodney? Thanks for joining.
Okay, way back there.
It's a little bit back there, yeah. Been dropping little ether eggs, along the way.
Oh, sweet. Looks good.
Oh, yeah, man. Lots of fun stuff coming up.
I'm just excited about the season. I did my second best ball draft maybe yesterday or 2 days ago. I'm trying not to do a lot of them too early in case somebody gets hurt, but I don't think it hurts to go ahead and get a little bit of practice in.
No, I agree. I tried to find I heard people talking about a $1 one, and I couldn't find any $1 one, so I got to go back on, just throw a little bit of money in there so I can do a draft or two.
I think they do have some different price points but at the different price points, you're only competing against like the 10 guys in your league or the 12 guys in your league. Whereas if you play the $5 one, you can play for the $1 million grand prize.
Oh, that sounds nice. Yeah, a lot of people.
Yep, $5. I think everyone has to do at least one team. I mean, I don't know how you don't.
Yeah, for 5. Yeah, that's fair. It's like a lottery almost. What's up, Run and Gun, Cody? Thanks for joining, guys. Smash the like button if you haven't.
One thing I'm going to post in the Discord, maybe after the game. I did find if you play best ball, I found a very helpful website that it just got these week 15, 16, 17 schedule.
Oh, yeah.
So you can see, when we get to the playoffs.
Or whatever. Yeah.
It's very important in best ball, particularly this year, the way they're doing it. In week 17, assuming you advance all the way to the end, there's 969 people who advance, and the winner gets $1 million.
Yeah, I think I played it last year. I had like some terrible luck with the injury bug.
Well, the bottom line is, in order to, number one, weeks 1 through 14, win your league, be first or second out of 12, you got to have a good team.
Right.
But week 15, you got to come first out of 12, so you got to do well that week. Week 16, you got to come first out of 12. Week 17, you've got to come in first out of 969 people. So it's very important to have strategic lineups where you're game stacking. Like, in other words, let's say I'm drafting Oakland players, and this particular team has Derek Carr, Devontae Adams. They're going to be playing San Francisco in week 17. So if Derek Carr and Devontae Adams go bananas, there's a good chance that someone in San Francisco, whether it's Brandon Ayuk or what's his face, Debo, or possibly a running back or George Kittle. One of those guys is probably going to have a very big week if Derek Carr throws 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, 2 to Devontae with 130 yards. So when the way that contest is structured, like 97% of the money is given away in week 17. So you want to make sure you have a lineup that makes sense, because if you go in there with just Derek Carr but not Devontae Adams, you're not going to win.
So yeah, you're looking way ahead. I gotcha. That makes sense. I like that. I'm going to do that too, probably after the game. Stephanie, that's right. Stephanie's here. It's her birthday. She joins most streams, and she's yet to win on the wheel. So come on, wheel. Only the wheel knows. Let's get her a birthday win. Yes, happy birthday, Steph. Let's get it.
Let's see if we can get to 20 likes for her birthday.
Yeah, right. We usually get more than that.
Oh yeah, people are still filing in here.
Yeah, it's true. Usually get a decent amount in the first, but then we get a few more, littered in through the game.
I was reading up a little bit on the Panthers today, and Matt Rule, he's going into his 3rd season. He's only won 10 games. I think we went 5-11 and 5-12, and he is the most tenured coach in that division.
Oh my God! So we got some rookie coaches.
That's right, Few. I'm dropping alpha in here tonight.
Yeah, he is. That's what he does. That's mostly what Rally Night's about. I just get to sit here and listen to Rally talk. It's nice. He makes my job much easier.
Yeah, there's a handful of strategies to the best ball where you, generally speaking, you want to wait on quarterback. It's just really, really hard to differentiate at quarterback, because even if you have, say, Pat Mahomes, somebody can beat you by getting, say, Derek Carr and Russell Wilson and just alternating them each week, because in best ball you're always it automatically subs in your highest scoring player.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're going to oh crap, I had to choose between Carr and Russell each week. You're always going to get the maximum
Yeah, I do like that about best ball. It's a pretty cool concept.
Very low maintenance for the season.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. All you got to do is draft. There's nothing else you can do except sit back and hope. What's up, Alex? Thanks for joining, brother. Yeah, we got to get Steph a win tonight. We got to figure. I wish that it was like an actual physical wheel, so I could just like stop it on her name. I think this is our first birthday.
Ballpark Punks in the chat. I was taking a look in OpenSea, and
that's our boy.
I was taking a look at our stats. Our stats are looking pretty strong, and I noticed Dugout Punks' stats are going strong. And let's see, who else? Golf Goons had a bunch of volume here lately, so that's good. I like that Polygon seems to be really popular with sports projects. Ultimately, that's going to help us.
Oh yeah, it's pretty wild, and I think next bull run. I mean, God, I really hope we just kind of see. I'm very curious to see how this football season's going to go. I mean, I know it's going to be great with the community that we already have, but with crypto being down, it makes me curious what's going to happen this season. But next bull run, it's like if we're still hanging around strong, who the hell knows what's going to happen? Because it was wild, even with our 2 shutdowns. You know,
ETH is back to 1,200 when I checked today.
But it was at 45 when I got, or like 4,000 when I got here, man. So that's what I'm saying.
Sure, but it was down under 1,000, 3 weeks ago? So, I mean, that's nice. 20% rally.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, I saw it was 11 for the day today. I noticed my Coinbase wallet for just my Ethereum or whatever for OpenSea trading was up like $150 or something. I was just like, oh, okay.
How's your ApeCoin doing?
Decent, because I bought in around what the price is now, and then when we had that really low dip, I bought a little bit more, so I'm like a little bit in profit right now. But it's a long-term buy. I'm planning on holding on to that for probably years, honestly. I don't think Ape's
Disney just announced a collab with Poly. I didn't see that. That's interesting news.
Disney, I know Nickelodeon just did something too. I don't know which blockchain it's on, but a lot of those like to do Ethereum. Ooh, Mariota. I feel like we haven't watched any of this game, but there hasn't been much that's happened. 3-0.
I think sports works well on Poly because sports in general, people tend to flip them and trade them around a little more.
Cheap gas, baby.
Yeah.
Cheap, virtually free gas.
Say you're trying to build a fantasy team and you're maybe you got too many receivers and you need another running back, and you don't want to pay $150 gas to sub in Devontae Adams for Zeke Elliott or something. I mean, that'd just be brutal. It would not suit this project very well, I don't think.
No, I totally agree. Oh, we got first quarter wheel spins here. Nice. Jan's all over it. Let's go. And we've got a few names that will be doubles, and if some of them aren't here tonight, they will have a spin regardless of them being here or not, because I missed some people in the fourth quarter last game.
Pipe up in the chat if you're in here so you can get all the wheel.
Yes, I'm going to sit here for just a second, too, and let them look at it. And if anyone doesn't see their name, please let me know, because it does tend to happen fairly often. We are human. I'm going to put it full screen and give it just a minute. Because once we get past the first quarter, it's definitely not as hard to keep up with all the names, but everyone kind of shows up all at once at the beginning. So, yeah, we'll just sit here for a sec. Hopefully someone shouts out if they don't see themselves. I guess it's a little easier too if I got the list of names. I see me, says Running Gun. That's good. Nobody saying no. I guess at this point, if you're not on there, you'll just get multiple spins. I'm going to go ahead and rip it. So good luck, everyone. That reggae play. Come on, Steph, get that birthday eat. Here we go. Meta, Johns with the first quarter win. Let's go. Congrats, man.
I saw something about you were going to add some guys in from last week. Did you already take care of that? Some guys that got cut off last week in the fourth quarter or something?
That's what we were just talking about.
Okay. Sorry. Yeah. I was looking through some stuff.
I guess so. No, it's okay. Yeah, no, I made sure Jan had it.
See, Brent picked up a nice Deebo Samuel signed jersey. It's nice.
Oh, did he actually win it? And the Adams too, right? John's
I don't know if he won it. It's a silent auction. I'm not sure if 250 would have won that.
Right. He made, but didn't he say like I'll take it or something like that, or 250? Why not? I don't know. Maybe he just made that bid and didn't win.
He probably just made the bid. I would have to think of Deebo.
Yeah.
I mean, in California, $250 is like $20 and
True. Especially for a signed jersey.
Somebody will show up with $4,000 and rip him at the charity auction. I don't know. If Brent's in here, did you win?
Yeah, Brent, if you hear us, Brent, I know sometimes you got us blasting on the surround sound. I'm sure that's not the case tonight, but GG. We still got 3 more spins, Scotch. Don't you worry. It ain't over yet. 260 was the bid. Oh, okay. Not the winning bid, though, right? On both.
That was the bid, but yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Did it hold up, Brent?
Hey, Mama, how you doing? How you feeling? Both sold at 360. Oh, damn.
Huh.
That's a steal.
Looking in zone, but it's incomplete. This offense 2 for 2 on third downs on this.
I've been happy with either of those pieces.
I really like that Raiders offense this year. I just think Waller and Devontae and Renfro, those are 3 really tough guys to match up with. And Carr's kind of coming into his own. And
I do like Renfro. And I like him for Devontae too, because he had a huge Renfro had a huge season last year, so it's not like they can just leave him all alone. Yeah, the Raiders could be pretty scary, which I'm not happy about as a Broncos fan. Not happy about our division at all.
And they ran the ball well last year as well. Jacobs ran well, and they've got a rookie running back named Zamir White that's grades out really well from the guys I follow. So I think he could be a pretty good. Zamir White is running back for the Raiders. He's a rookie. I think it was a 2nd-round pick. He just he grades out very explosively by the guys I follow for my rookie analysis stuff. And Jacobs does have a history of missing a few games. I think he could have a couple big weeks.
Riley, what did you do last stream that caused such a influx of people?
I just posted in a couple.
You must do. Last stream literally had the most views since the very first stream.
Yeah, I sent out a little APB to join our stream to try to get on the last wheel.
Right? Yeah. Why would you not want to win some money, right? I get it though. People are like, "Oh, we got to keep it hush hush," so we win.
Which week is this? Is this week
14?
15.
Yeah, we're pretty deep into the season, man. We got 3 more weeks left after this week, and then basically 1 more week left because we got 4 streams after that. We're gonna do 1 stream per round, and then Super Bowl stream to cap it off, and that will be 2 weeks or 3 weeks before this actual season starts.
And what's the challenge this week?
This week is Legend Challenge for defensive legends only, and I think it's fewest touchdowns allowed by a defense.
Oh, both these squads are starting out pretty sharp.
Yeah,
we got Dion in this one. We got
Ronnie Lott.
Ronnie Lott.
Yep. Yeah, right now it's 0-0. They showed up for the stream. This tends to happen a lot. Especially on Thursday, it seems like whoever's involved in the challenge tends to have a good week to start it. They set the bar high.
Ronnie Lott was an absolute animal. He lost his finger in the middle of the game, and they ripped it off or something.
They ripped it off or something.
I get exactly what they did.
It's quite the visual. I'm just imagining this dude's finger like hanging off his hand, and they just rip it off, and they're just like, "Yep, go and get back out there." Oh my god, ripped it off or something.
He had the tip of his left pinky finger amputated after the season because it was crushed while tackling a running back.
Just ripped it off.
Rather than getting it fixed and having to miss the start of the '86 season. Oof.
That's oh my god. Trey Sermon just had a beast of a run. I thought he was going to break that last tackle and take it to the easy, but...
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle.
Oh, it was Make-A-Wish.
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go around, the offense won.
I'm surprised it didn't go higher, especially if it was donation based as well. I guess we're in a recession. Inflation's 9%, man. What are you gonna do? Not buying jerseys.
9.1, and that calculation, I was looking at the numbers today, actually, it shows the breakdown of each sector, and for shelter, aka rent, they used 5.8%. I don't know where you live, but I can't imagine anybody's rent went up 5.8%. Mine went up 30.
I was gonna say my grandparents like went up an exorbitant amount, and they had to move. They used when they moved into the place that they were living in like 2 years ago, it was like $65 a month for rent because they moved in there many years ago. But it's up to like $2,400 a month or something like that. Absurd. So they're like, yeah, we just can't afford that.
Yeah, the national median rent eclipsed $2,000 this year, which is just insane.
Ours is $1,200 for two of us, so we're very fortunate, and we have a pretty nice spot. So we're just lucky to know someone. Very lucky to know someone.
Well, the inflation formula uses something called owner's equivalent rent. So what they do, they go to people who own their own home, and they literally survey them. What do you think you could rent your house out for? Well, who in the world knows? I mean, number one, are you talking about if I rented it out to 5 college kids, individual leases, or are you talking about a single family home, or, you know? And who the hell knows what their home would get if they tried to rent it out? And you don't know that sort of thing until you try to rent it out.
Yeah, no, it's true.
They don't actually use apartments. They don't actually use home prices. It's nonsense what they use. But you can't find these. What's that?
It's like a survey, essentially.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's owner equivalent rent, and it's bogus.
It's ridiculous. Kevin K, what's up, man? I think that's Wilson Bites. I'm not positive. I've had people mistaken for a while now, but he says Francis stole Pee-wee's bike. Yes, he did. Sounds like I think Pee-wee deserved his bike to be stolen. He's a funny man, but he at least deserved his bike to be stolen.
I can't get behind this Atlanta offense and
no, what's going on? That's why they're 2-11,
Ritter,
man. This team's not going to be exciting at all next year.
There's a rookie receiver who
I
will
love
be
Kyle
good.
Pitts. He's nasty, but is Ridley playing next year?
I think he's out for what, 6 games?
I don't know. I thought he willingly stopped playing. He's not. Is he suspended or anything like that?
Oh, you're right.
Because it was like a mental thing. Like he just chose that. He didn't want to play. Right?
Did he really have that, or was he just using that as a cover up for the gambling?
Oh right. I forgot about the gambling. That's right. Yeah, totally forgot about that. So yeah, no, that could definitely lead to suspension if he does come back. It probably already did. That's right. He said it down there for the whole year.
If I bet straight up early on DK for best ball. This is actually the first year I'm playing best ball. I've done probably about 15, 20 hours worth of research on the strategy, so I'm not a total novice, but I didn't play last year. Most of my action is on DraftKings. I do occasionally make bets, but I'm really looking to win a lot of money. Like, betting $200 on an over-under doesn't really move the needle for me. I tend to bet to try to win the $25,000 and up prizes.
Makes sense. Yeah, wasn't it like a $1,500 bet or something like that? I mean, I'm sure he's gambled more than that, but and I can't remember if it was like against the Falcons or something. But I remember after the gambling came out, people were posting a bunch of videos of like it looking like he was throwing a play or something like that. And some of it was kind of hard to argue.
Well,
Like,
he had
just looking
one
like
where
he
he
gave up on the play and shit.
he had one where he had the first down and he runs backwards to try to like scramble for more yards and doesn't get first down.
Yeah, it just goes the wrong way.
He had one where it looked like he was going to score and he gets caught, but you know, I mean, guys run out of gas.
Yeah, and when
You're
you
up
just
against
pick those 2 plays and say, "Oh yeah," and he's gambling.
Yeah, no, he bet.
You can create a
I think he
narrative.
did that about $1,500, but it was on a 6-game parlay, if I remember correctly, and I think he may have thrown Atlanta in there. I don't remember all the details, but either way, he was playing with fire.
Yeah, I would say. Few says he'd like to see San Fran hold the Falcons to 3 points, right? It'd definitely be good for the challenge for any lot owners.
That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
Oh, 4th and 6. Yeah, wow, 4th down for the Falcons. Not looking good. I guess they're probably gonna. What do they do here? They go for the long field goal.
Yeah, I'm going to be fading Pitts in DraftKings and Best Ball this year. I just think this offense just going to be way too low scoring.
Yeah, I just not going to have any interest in that team whatsoever. Mariota could be like a sneaky like spot start, like on a good matchup if he's still got his legs. I don't even know if he can run anymore. I know he was fantastic for one season. He scored a lot of fantasy points.
3 or 4 years ago, you could still get away with playing a guy when he was like 5K and trying to get like 24 points out of him. The problem is now, every week there's a quarterback with like 38 points, and you just can't overcome that 15, 16 point easily.
Yeah.
Not in a GPP. In cash, you can still do it. You can still punt at quarterback. In GPP, I really advise against it. I like to hit. I don't like to pay up too much, but I like to kind of hit that mid grade, maybe the 5,800 to 6,400.
Yep.
And see if you can strike lightning there.
Yeah, no, I like that too. Yeah, I think it was the season. It must have been Zeke's rookie year, because I remember specifically that season I won my fantasy championship, and I made a big trade late in the season that it's a 14-team league, but I ended up having Zeke and David Johnson on my team, the 1 and 2 backs in the league, just because I had like a bunch of bench players and I had a good quarterback, and then I had Mariota on my team that year who was blowing up fantasy wise. So someone did like a 4-player for David Johnson trade with me, and it ended up winning me the championship. But yeah,
and then David Johnson completely fell off a cliff.
Yeah, he was like the #1 fantasy back that year. Zeke was #2 in his rookie season. Neither of them have really, produced the same sense. Zeke got his contract because of his rookie season.
Last I heard, they were thinking about trying Pollard at wide receiver. I don't know if that's still going on.
He's a phenomenal running back. Why would they do that?
Well, if they want to get him on the field more, and they lost Amari, so I guess they're just thinking get their best athletes on the field. If that happens,
though, is he? He's not a big target.
No, but he's very fast, and if he ends up getting 10 carries and can eke out 5 or 6 receptions, and he has running back eligibility, he could be a very, very good player in pretty much any format.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm just so stoked for everything football this year. This is going to be like, I feel like it's going to be the greatest year of football ever. With everything going on. FNP, fantasy. Personally, I got Russ on the Broncos. The whole fucking division's just juiced up right now. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna be targeting the AL West early and often. Every single one of those offenses can erupt.
Yeah.
And I think that's where you're going to get a lot of
AL West. Is it baseball?
Oh, sorry. What am I looking for? AFC West.
I was like, wait.
I was betting
something was wrong there.
Yeah, I was on the Angels game last night.
That's fair. Yeah, when Shohei's pitching, you gotta be. There ain't no sense in not betting on Shohei, though, more often than not.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts.
Few was asking me if I think crypto has bottomed or do we see more downside.
I think we're gonna see some more. Yeah.
I think if you're buying in at these levels and you're holding for, say, a 5-year outlook, you're going to be very happy that you did.
Absolutely.
I do think we could see maybe another, 20% downside just because the Fed's getting ready to raise rates 75 to 100 basis points next week, maybe. I think like the 23rd, maybe they're having their meeting. We've seen the Russian pipeline shut down to Germany right now, and there's some rumors that they may not reopen it. It's closed for 10 days of maintenance. So you're really looking at money's just getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Housing defaults are skyrocketing in China was what I was looking at today. So I definitely think there is more potential downside, but I think if you were to buy in now, we're probably 6 to 18 months away from them resuming.
I was gonna say
QE.
I was gonna say within 2 years, I think you'll be happy. Not even 5.
Yeah, quantitative tightening will come to an end. They will go right back to printing more money, and that's all they know how to do. They've backed themselves into such a corner that, if you're trying to time the very bottom of something, typically the bottom of any market is very, very short-lived. Like it touches the bottom and it just jacks back up, and you miss it.
What, one person who actually gets the bottom? Like, I don't understand how that even
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, bottoms tend to last
And same with the top too. You just got to be happy with gains. You got to. I mean, right now I think we can wait a long time, but when things explode too, don't be afraid to take a little profit.
Yeah, and I think this time around,
like these.
I think this time around, a lot of people are going to learn from how much leverage they had with their investments and from lending it to all these third parties. I mean, as this becomes broader adopted and more people get burned with those lending protocols and stuff, I think the next time around, people are just going to buy the crypto and hold it. They're not going to try to earn 10% on their Bitcoin. They're not going to give it to Doug Polks because he's wearing a hat, or people have gotten burned real badly this go round. I did see the 3AC founders are missing right now. State of New York's like freezing their bank accounts.
Jeez, man, everything's just absolute madness right now. There's like nothing good, so I'm just like trying not to think about it, and we'll get there. That's all there is to it. Oh, did Stan get on the wheel? Did he just show up? I don't think I see Stan on there. All right, I'm going to throw Stan on.
So Ridley is suspended for the full year. I mean, that's just...
Yeah, now I remember that. Don't be sorry, Stan. We got you, brother. Let's go. All right, I'm spinning it. Second quarter.
Has anybody got any insight to Trey Lance?
Oh my God, so close. Congrats, Rodney. Let's go. Rodzilla. So that's what happens when you got the double spins.
Yeah, that wheel's pretty full tonight.
Right? There are a few extra names from my mishap, but it's still in the mid to high 30s.
What are we thinking about Trey Lance this year? I just don't know much about the guy.
I know. I don't trust him. I also, once again, like you said, don't know much about him. Didn't see much from him. What I did see from him last year was not a lot of passing yards. Few and far between big moments. I get that he's a rookie, but he did have some studs to play with. So I don't know. We'll see. He's young, so he's got time. But it might give him some more confidence too if he's got the starting position and he's got some time under his belt with the team. So
I mean, are these stats correct? His sophomore year, he had 28 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. That can't be right.
In college?
Yeah.
That sounds right. Yeah, that's probably why he's like such a valued draft pick.
Didn't throw a single interception. That's crazy.
But where'd he play? Let's talk about
North
that.
Dakota State.
Where?
North Dakota State.
Okay, that answers it. That answers your question. Let's see who we
Yeah,
played
dude.
against.
He's still in for almost 10 yards per attempt.
Yeah, no, it's
He also-
impressive. No matter how you cut it, it's impressive.
He also ran for 1,100 yards and 14 touchdowns.
Man, yeah.
So he's obviously got some athleticism.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, hopefully he evolves into an NFL quarterback. I think that can be tough, making that transition. It's a lot different, obviously. Chum Stains. No legends tonight, but we know the wheel loves you. Chum's won like 3 legends on our streams.
Behind the chains, 2nd and 13.
I think, yeah, so far, San Francisco's let up 0 touchdowns this game. It's looking great for a lot.
And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line.
Oh, Few's got a
So the
Trey
completion
Lance
good
response for
6
you.
yards, and that'll make it 3rd down. Looking to
What's he
throw.
saying? I'm looking up some stuff.
I got you. He said, I've got Trey Lance in one of my best ball leagues. And then in parentheses, he said, or maybe both. I think he could have some big weeks and also some awful weeks, which is good for best ball.
Oh, yeah, that's what you want. You want guys who are, I mean, you want some consistent guys, but for the most part, you want guys with very high upside weeks. Because especially a guy like Trey Lance, you're not going to be playing him all 17 weeks or whatever.
You can make
You
up
just need
for
to-
when your Josh Allen doesn't have a good week or something like that.
Right.
When your Josh Allen drops 15 instead of his normal 25 to 30. And Trey Lance might sneak in with a sneaky 20 to 25 or something like that.
Just a yard or 2 shy of the 40.
Yeah, man, I can't wait. I can't wait. I've been in the same 14-team fantasy league since high school, so this is going to be like our 16th year or something like that. $150 buy-in. So winner takes home like 12 or something like that, and then second and third get money. And there's a trophy and a championship belt. Like we kind of go all out, and there's like a license plate border thing that you put on that says you suck at football if you come in last. But we just started, the chat usually gets pretty silent in the off season, obviously, but it kind of just started bumping again the last few days, and we got our draft on August 28th, which I kind of like. It's close to the season, and we got an idea of who's hurt, because there's definitely been times where I've drafted a guy who ended up getting injured for the entire season, so you don't want that.
Yeah, I like to do it either week 3 or week 4 of the preseason.
At least
At that point, most of the guys are kind of getting shut down, and you've got a little bit of idea of who's who.
Yeah, and injuries. Yeah, that's the big thing. Because I've got screwed. I remember drafting Peyton the year he broke his neck. We had her drafted like August 10th or something like that. They're hyping him up, and then like second week of the preseason, the guy's got a broken neck. He's got to go get surgery. Missing the whole season. It's like, oh well, there goes my fantasy year. Not really, but it was definitely a lot harder without him.
Well, like the Jaguars, the running back from Clemson, Etienne, or however you say his name.
Etienne.
He was going like 3rd round,
It's like
and
French or something. Yeah,
just brutal to lose.
He did that. Yeah, he did that last year. Is that what you mean? Last year he went third round.
Yeah, he got hurt in the preseason, and if you'd already drafted him in the 3rd round, that's just a brutal hole in your lineup.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it's a monster hole.
The Ravens top 3 running backs got hurt last year in the preseason.
Right? That
was
insane. That was just a big blast from the past there. They had Levante Bell. They had Devontae Freeman. It's like, who else did they have? I feel like they had at least one other guy that's just been around forever. But they were trying everybody over there.
Yeah,
they all had some good games, too.
Well, Lamar generates good games for your running back because you can't. Mike Vick used to do the same thing. You can't do a run blitz, because if you do a run blitz and he breaks contain, you're screwed. You have to have your linebackers can't just attack the line on a guy like Lamar Jackson or Mike Vick or one of these super athletic quarterbacks. So it kind of gets the linebackers on their heels and gives running backs a chance to pick up some easier yards between the tackles.
Absolutely. Oh, I don't know. Is 3-Wood just showing up? What's up, 3-Wood? It is a close game, man. Lots of defense. which has been surprising since we've got a defensive challenge. Our Madden season seems to just oblige. I don't know. It's like it knows. But we still got.
I'm looking at Trey Lance right now. He averaged 8.5 yards in an attempt. He only completed 57% of his passes. You got to assume that's going to go up.
How many picks?
5 touchdowns, 7 picks.
Yeah, I remember it being.
No, excuse me. 5 touchdowns, 2 picks. I was looking at the wrong thing.
Well, that's a little different.
Bit different, yeah.
Yeah, he just didn't get an opportunity. I guess that's why I don't really feel like I know much about him. I just remember seeing his stat lines, and they were just mediocre.
They're a very run-heavy offense, but they may get away from that.
Yeah, I was gonna say they got guys to throw to, though. One of the best tight ends that's ever graced the field, and then you've got Debo, who's arguably one of the best receivers / whatever he is, running back, flex dude, and yeah, Ayuk's too.
And Brendan Ayuk.
Yeah, he's very nice.
He came on strong last year.
And then Mitchell's nice, Sermon's nice. Like, their whole offense is good. I don't really know much about their line. That's one thing that I've never been good about keeping up on is offense and defensive lines. But
their line's good. That's why they ran all over people last year. So
yeah,
it should be fun.
It's really it's going to be up to coaching and Trey, I guess.
Yeah, you could sell me on Trey Lance in fantasy this year. I'll take some flyers on him.
Yeah, if it feels right with your lineup, if you got the rest of your lineup put together, it feels solid, and then he's the quarterback sitting there that's affordable.
Well, and the Niners play the Raiders in Week 17, and I really like those Raiders pieces. So if I'm just going to keep buying Raiders, and if I can stack a couple Niners opposite, that gives me my chance to win $1 million.
I know they're going to probably score a lot of points too, but they've been stacking up their defense over in Oakland as well. You got Chandler Jones? Is that who they just got?
Yeah, but Oakland's defense they always average like 10 penalties. I don't trust that defense.
That's true too. Yeah, I guess we'll just have, it's always different every year. It's going to be wild. So many offseason moves. It's going to feel like an entirely different league next year. It all happened really fast in the offseason. Wow, is another field goal for Atlanta? I really haven't been paying close attention to this game. They're winning, but they're losing the challenge. Oh, and we got another pick on Garoppolo. Derek Harris repping the GOAT's number 23.
Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles. When they were
I'm sold on Trey Lance. I'm going to be playing him early in the season on DraftKings, and I'm going to also start drafting him in best ball.
What's their schedule look like early in the season? Are you looking at it? I'm curious who they play the first few weeks.
I think I'm looking at last year.
Thanks for joining, bud. You got a couple wheel spins left.
Good job there keeping him to a short game.
Bears, Seattle, Broncos, first 3 games.
I like Bears and Seattle.
Yeah, Bears, Seattle, Broncos, Rams.
I don't know about 3 and 4. I feel like the Broncos and Rams will score points, but I feel like those defenses are stout. I'm not sure I would risk putting in a quarterback against them.
I can see this game. Yeah, I'm going to take a couple stabs. I like him. I actually, believe it or not, I like him more against Denver and LA. I think those games are more likely to shoot out because Denver and LA are going to score, whereas Seattle's got a crap offense. Chicago's got a crap offense.
They could just shut him down, is where I'm at. But I would look at other matchups before them. If I see Rams defense and Broncos defense, I'm probably going to I'm going to steer away right from the beginning. But that's just me. I do like the Seattle matchup. That'll be interesting. I don't like anything with the Bears, fantasy-wise, against them, for them.
I don't know. That defense. I think that defense is pretty bad. And
Forte back in the day. Yeah, I guess teams against them. I don't know much about their defense right now. Is the thing. They're usually known for their defense, but
they don't have anything.
It's not the same anymore.
No, they don't have anything on defense. I don't think Fields can possibly be as bad as he was last year. He's got to improve. And they've got Mooney.
Fantasy too.
They got Marquise Goodwin. They got that Cole Kmet guy. I don't know.
He was a rookie.
I'm not targeting them in best ball, but I did end up somehow with David Montgomery on both of my last drafts.
I feel like I did too, actually. Or not this year, but last year. Last year, I'm pretty sure I had Montgomery as like my third or fourth back or something like that. Got me very much wanting to check out DraftKings, especially as we get closer.
It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
It's been so nice out here.
I don't understand. I don't understand what Cleveland's doing, getting rid of Baker when they got.
Well, he doesn't want to play there, man. He doesn't want to play there. He said it. Like he was refusing to play there, so I don't think they'd have much choice anyway. But he's been saying that since they went out and got Deshaun in the first place. It was obvious they were replacing him, so he's been very bitter.
I think he made a big mistake. I think he could have gone out there, started his 6 games. If he looked decent, then he'd go into the offseason healthy and could have gotten a deal.
I think for money, yeah, money-wise. Yeah, he is making quite a bit less in Carolina, isn't he? Like $8 million less or something like that.
He had to give up $3 million, I believe, but he's also got a chance to earn it through incentives.
He's got some players to play with, dude. So we'll see.
Yeah, Carolina's got a lot of.
I like that. I feel like that could be sneaky. Anyone who's got C-Mac, he could just dump it off to C-Mac all day. And you got Robbie Anderson take the top off the defense. And you got what's his name? What's his name?
Robbie.
What's that dude's name? You got DJ Moore, right?
Yeah, I like Robbie the best.
Guys are kind of stacked. What do you mean?
Baker can get it downfield, and Robbie's a deep threat. He tried to transition to a kind of a hands over the middle guy, and he started dropping everything last year. He can go back to being a deep threat. I think he pairs pretty well with Baker. Baker tends to
super hot. Yeah, he was one of the top fantasy receivers to start the season with DJ Moore. I remember when Darnold was popping off, then he got hurt, and everything kind of was not the same after that. But yeah, no, now the more I think about Carolina, they could be sneaky good this year. I really think it's on Baker to keep his head on his shoulders, but he's got the weapons. I don't know what you guys' line is like. Didn't you guys go out and get a lineman in the draft?
Yeah, we drafted a left tackle number 4. We added a center. We added a left guard. We were probably moving our left tackle into.
So you're all over it, dude. You guys are making some good moves, I think.
We should have a solid offensive line, probably top 10 to 15. So everyone's going to have the chance. Our defense is pretty good, though. I don't know if we're really going to get in a lot of shootouts.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. That's just. I think that's now that I'm thinking about it. As I'm excited to watch that team. They're going to be on my radar for sure. I've always liked the Panthers anyway, so that's. I know you feel the same way, but you guys have just always had some exciting players, and ever since your inception, some exciting teams.
Yeah, our division is way down. I mean, the Saints are. You could really go either way, especially without Kamara, and Mike Thomas is not really healthy. And then you got the Falcons.
Right, 6 games he's missing, right?
Falcons are trash.
Oh my God, they're so bad. I don't even know, man. I feel bad for Cordarrelle. He's blowing up out of nowhere, but he's on the Falcons. Imagine if he was on a good team. He's already a top fantasy scorer right now. I wonder where's Cordarrelle going in drafts.
I believe he was in best ball. I believe he was going like 6th or 7th round.
Really, that late? That's a sleeper.
Yeah, maybe a little off there. He may have been 4th or 5th, but
even still, I think that's sleeperish. The way that he was used last year, and especially with Mariota, I feel like they could be good friends. I don't know. Just seems like a good fit for each other.
I don't know what to think about him. I thought I saw him. He played against NC State his last year at Tennessee, and he just absolutely annihilated us on like 2 90-yard touchdowns. So I thought that guy was going to be really good at the next level because he is unbelievably fast. But he just never really found a fit anywhere until last year, and now he's 30.
Well, he was only in Minnesota before this, right? He spent a few
but
seasons in Minnesota, and then this is his second team. Oh, that's a big fumble right there.
He just never. I mean, I think he ran a kickoff back for a touchdown, and he showed sparks, but he never really got going. And what he did last year was so out of nowhere that I don't know if I want to read too much into it.
Jan saying he's on a good team, but it's bad for the good team scheme. Stacked Minnesota. Yeah, I know. It was interesting. Yeah, because he was on a good team and he just didn't really shine. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere last year, he just became like a fantasy stud. I never would have even considered taking him, really. All right, we're doing this third quarter spin here real quick.
I do like KJ Osborne in Minnesota this year. If you're looking for kind of a late round receiver, what's his face? What's the white guy, the possession receiver for Minnesota? He's getting older and injured, and
Thielen?
Thielen. Osborne filled in really well for him last year, and his advanced stats showed that he has a lot more potential than what he put up last year.
I really like him. He's a stud if he stays healthy. Steve-O made it late. Oh, did we got him on there? Check.
Well, Minnesota's got a chance to be in some real shootouts with Detroit and Chicago. I mean, those are bad defenses.
Trying to get this wheel all set up. It is a pretty full wheel. All right, I'm just gonna spin it.
Yeah, Jan's right. He did play in Chicago. I remember I played him a few times in Showdown.
Okay, guys, I'm spinning it. Let's go. Third quarter spin. I think we got everyone on there. I think I fixed it. Got Rodney out there because he won already. I'm sorry, Rodney. Jock or Meta? Man, Meta's just had some fucking crazy luck, man. Let's go, Meta. Congrats, man. The wheel loves you. He's been on a streak.
Did San Fran ever give a touchdown yet?
No. 4 field goals. So it's looking good for a lot. And they've got the ball. They're driving about to score.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Completes it to Benjamin.
Yeah.
Able to get this down inside the 15,
Honestly, just out of control. That's what I mean. Like, I feel like he's going to be even though he shouldn't be a sleeper because he sort of proved himself last year. But I feel like he should be on people's radar, too. They're going to have to use somebody there.
Who's that?
We're talking about Patterson still.
Yeah, he's an interesting play. I mean, you just have nothing to go on other than last season's breakout, and you wonder if he can, and he's 30 years old, you wonder if he's going to be able to hold up in that type of role again. He's been pretty injury prone most of his career.
Yeah, man, it's a bummer that that's a thing, that injuries are a thing. If only everyone could just stay healthy like our Madmen season.
That's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they? I'm so frustrated.
I mean, I'm looking at Cordell's numbers. He only had 618 rushing yards, 6 touchdowns, 153 attempts. So, yeah, he did. He had 52 catches for 550 and 5, which is awesome. But
so it's a nice season. Very nice. Especially in PPR. Ooh, that was a weird. Why even throw it to him? Jolly, man. I'm trying to get you a win. I'm trying, man. But we already know we're having special spin night at the end of the season for anyone who never landed with this. That's just the way it is. We notice who's been here the whole time.
They were there and they tackle him for a loss.
Who's everyone's favorite rookie this year for fantasy? Anybody got any sleepers?
Tight end in Denver. Dolchich. Let's go. It's going to be all about the mustache, baby. I gotta double down on the research for the rookie class. I've been more into it this year than I ever have been, but I'm still I didn't watch much college last year, so I don't know much about it. This year I'll have to make sure on Saturdays I'm paying more attention.
There's a lot of receivers, but they're not grading out particularly high. Most of them look like they're projected for 600 to 800 yards, maybe like 4 touchdowns.
Yeah.
And the running backs are not in the best situations. They're in like Seattle, Houston, Jets.
Yeah.
So there aren't any real.
Seattle could be interesting, I guess. They have who? Drew Lock and who was that? Oh, Geno Smith, right?
Yeah, that offense is going to suck.
Geno was kind of surprising, but not surprising enough. And they were talking about what, Jimmy G? Did I hear that recently? That was a rumor. Possibly Jimmy G to Seattle. I think that'd be a little bit of an upgrade, at least from Drew Lock.
It would be, but
I liked his personality, and I had hope for the guy, but he didn't do anything in Denver.
Yeah, and he had a lot of talent at receiver too.
Oh my God, unbelievable amounts of talent. Yeah, I mean, I love our receiving core. It's gonna be wild to see what they do with Russell Wilson at the helm.
Somebody give me your favorite rookie for fantasy football. Come on. There's a kid in Kansas City, Sky something, I forget his last name, but
that sounds right.
With Tyreek gone, you have to at least look at anybody in KC. You got to look at that guy in Green Bay with Devontae gone, the receiver.
Yeah.
I just don't like a lot of these guys.
Oh, it's Sky Moore. Out of Western Michigan. Yeah, that'll definitely be one right there. That's one I'm excited to see now. If he's going to be in Kansas City, even as a Broncos fan, like I get excited to watch Kansas City play football just because of Patrick Mahomes. It's just, you never know. Guy could just go off and do something you've never seen before.
Here's a name I like. He's not a rookie, but Josh Palmer, a receiver in San Diego.
Yeah. Yeah, he had San Diego. Oh my God.
He had 350 yards and 350 and 4 last year. He's only 23, so he's off the radar, but he's already produced a little bit. And Keenan Allen and Mike Williams are both very injury prone, so you could see him stepping into a pretty good role. That's a guy that I'm going to be targeting at the end of my drafts.
Okay. Yeah, I love Herbert. Anyone that he's throwing to, I think is a safe bet.
Oh, that offense should be excellent, no doubt.
Absolutely stout, yeah. Yeah, it's sad because I really love all the teams in the AFC West, but I'm not supposed to. I'm not allowed to. They're just all fun to watch. And this is crazy, though. I don't know if we've had a single, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood. I don't think we've had a stream where a team didn't score a touchdown. Jan, correct me if I'm wrong. Jan, if you're listening.
I'm pretty sure I was not on it. Yeah, I think I remember that.
I would have to have been on it, I guess, but I just don't remember it.
So wait, neither team has scored? No, San Francisco has scored, though, right?
Yeah, they scored a touchdown, but then they have 3 field goals as well. So there's only been 1 touchdown the entire game. If Atlanta somehow scores a touchdown, then we'll have a tie for the beginning of the week contest here. It would be between Dion and Ronnie. We don't have too many defensive legends, though, right? I'm honestly not sure how many there are overall.
I would try to guess there's probably 20. There's more than you think. I mean, you got Ed Reed, Ronnie Lott.
Yeah, there are 2 on the Ravens. They got Ray Lewis and Ed Reed on the Ravens. Yeah. But Jan still
Lawrence Taylor. There's a bunch of them out there.
Oh, hey, our floor rose. I was just going to look at the list of defensive legends and noticed that our floor rose to .05.
Oh, for the whole project? Nice.
Yeah. Cheapest punk you can get right now is Easy Bait's second junior, and it's .05. We've got six punks listed at .05, and then the floor will be up at .055. So it could happen quick, man. All we got to do is get a few new people on the project, and we know how it happens. But
yeah.
We'll find out. We'll find the cheapest defensive legend, and then I can check that category. There we go. Yeah, there's going to be a bunch that flop up, and I'm just going to be like, oh yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4,
Well, he's proven real effective running the football.
6,
No one
7,
open, don't force it.
8.
Just get what you can, and that's what he's done very well in this game.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
There's 20 exact. Wow, you called that. There's 20 on the dot.
Well, did my research.
Yeah, you nailed it. Oh no, it was we were just thinking out loud, Jan. You probably would have been able to answer it quicker than me going and looking it up on OpenSea, but I was curious. I just counted how many defensive legends we have, and I got 20, so correct me if I'm wrong.
There's a guy that I don't hear anybody talking about is Devontae Parker in New England.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Bill Belichick does a good job of getting guys open and getting guys running their natural routes. He had a lot of big games 2 years ago, and in a pretty bad Miami offense. And if Mac Jones turns a corner this year, I think Parker could be a big sleeper.
Yeah. Yeah. Once again, I think it. Like you said, I think it's really dependent on Mac Jones, honestly. And I don't know about him yet. I don't know about him. I think he's good. Do I think he's great? I don't know.
I think he's a good quarterback. I don't think he's a great fantasy quarterback. The Patriots just run too slow of an offense. They don't get enough plays off.
They spread it around so much too. Like they'll run with 3 or 4 different guys. So I guess it doesn't matter so much with the passing game. But, and Atlanta just scored a touchdown. So now we've got a tie for the challenge.
There you go. Well, that's good, because otherwise there'd be no point to watch the other 2 streams if they didn't give up a single touchdown.
That's true. Now we got to hope for 0 from the other ones.
Yeah, New England's actually got a lot of receiving talent. Jacoby Myers, Kendrick Bourne had a big year last year. They added Devontae Parker. And they've still got, what's-his-face, James White, who's basically a receiver back there.
Yeah, didn't he have like 14 catches in that Super Bowl that they beat Atlanta?
Yeah.
Something absurd.
Yeah.
Gavin says, with the way St. Brown ended the year in Detroit, I see more eyes on him. And if Jameson can stay healthy, I like him, or possibly Breece Hall. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about Breece. Isn't he in New York, though? The Jets?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
St. Brown is for sure.
I do like St. Brown.
St. Brown went bananas at the end of the year last year. He won
I don't mind
a lot
Goff.
of money.
I'm not saying I would get Goff for my fantasy quarterback, but I think that he could help out a receiver a little bit for sure.
I don't like Breece because that Michael Carter guy's pretty good, and I don't think he's going to unseat Michael Carter. Worst case, they're going to timeshare it, and that offense is just not going to be explosive. So I just don't see how that running back gets you more than like 700 rushing, 4 touchdowns. I mean, it's just nothing. There's very little upside to it, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, I agree. I stay away from anything Jets. I don't remember the last
Who else did he say? Like James? Was he talking about Jameson Crowder? Is that who he's talking about?
Is Jamison Crowder in Detroit?
No, he's in New York.
He said Jameson, so maybe he was talking about. I don't know if it's a rookie that's in Detroit.
Oh no, he's talking about the rookie in Detroit. Yeah, that guy. So he's coming into the year not healthy, so you don't want to pick him anywhere early. But he is definitely a late season sleeper.
I see. Yeah, man. Oh. Get me all jacked up. I can't wait. Ooh, Kittle.
Yeah, I want to say that Jameson guy for Detroit. The guys I follow for rookie projections, they had him graded as the top receiver in terms of athleticism.
Man, we might
believe he's in now.
We might see some overtime here.
But to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Jameson Houston. No, that's not him.
I can't remember if we've had overtime. I feel like maybe we did once. I don't think we did though. Check. That's a nice little juke for a fullback. San Francisco scores a touchdown here. They'll Lott will be back in the lead for the challenge. You know they'd rather score a touchdown than a field goal here.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and
Jameson Williams, he said.
Williams, yeah, he was the 12th pick in the draft from Alabama.
Oh, okay.
I do think he's going to be good. I think he's a good best ball play because he's not going to play for the first probably 6 to 8 weeks, at least 4 weeks.
Right.
So he's sliding, but when you're down there at your 19th pick, you're not really looking for a guy that's going to be in your lineup more than 3 or 4 times all season anyway. So get a guy with high upside. Detroit tends to be involved in shootouts at the end of the year. They're in a dome, so you don't have to worry about the weather.
All really good points.
St. Brown won people. Oh, yeah, New Orleans. I've never had any luck with receivers in New Orleans.
Well, they have Jameis right now? Woo! They're about to score another touchdown. This is going to be huge for Lott owners.
I do think New Orleans receivers are interesting. I ended up with Michael Thomas in one, and I ended up with what's his face from Cleveland, Jarvis Landry in one.
Juice. Yeah, well, he's on New Orleans this year.
Yeah, New Orleans. I mean, I don't know if they're going to have the same offense now that Peyton's moved on. They've got that defensive coordinator as the head coach. Jameis just does lead to good fantasy performances from guys because he throws so many interceptions that he just, he throws 4 touchdowns and 3 interceptions, and the games get pretty wild.
Yeah, you're getting some stats for sure. Maybe not the greatest from him, but his receivers are picking up some slack. One says he will explode. We'll see how good will be Bryce Hall. Yeah, I know, man. All of it. I just can't wait for all of it. I'm so excited for Javante's second season. I think they're going to give him the lead role just based on what he did last year. Melvin's getting a little bit older. They signed him to a 1-year deal, so it might be his little he can't have too much longer left. Melvin, he's been around for a while. I guess we'll see.
No, I think he's 30.
30? So he's got, a few years left? For a running back? I don't think they go much longer than 33, 34, right?
No. Never. Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So he's getting up there. We might see him another year or two. And might hang him up.
Clock running and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. And that's complete to Davis.
But yeah, no, that's kind of nice that San Fran scored that touchdown because now we've got a leader going into the second game of the stream of the week.
They'll roll him out right.
Be interesting to see which receivers in Denver Russ locks on with.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think
all seem like they're getting along well from what I'm seeing.
I think Cortland Sutton is one of them.
Oh yeah, I honestly think all of them. I think he's just going to change the team entirely. It's going to be a lot of fun. Albert O is going to have a big year, I think. Jerry Jeudy's going to have a chip on his shoulder with all the stuff that just happened. So we will see. KJ Hamler, I don't think anyone really got to hear much about that guy just because our quarterback situation wasn't great. He was a rookie last year, but the guy is extremely fast. So, and we got 2 studly running backs. Great line, great defense. I think I might just have to figure out how to bet $100 on them to win the Super Bowl before it starts.
About 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
What do we got here, Mariota? This is crazy.
That offense is it's going to be good, but sometimes Russ keeps the pace kind of slow. I mean, Seattle has not always been a juggernaut in fantasy, and it's really hard to tell who's going to get the stats in Denver. They've got a timeshare in their backfield, and they've got like 4 receivers that.
I like to start people when they have an injured player on their team. Like if Melvin's out for a week, start Javonte because he's going to go off.
Right.
All right, we got this last wheel spin here coming up. And San Francisco has the lead. They only let up 1 touchdown, so that's pretty formidable. Oh, no, I think we've got all the names. I'm just going to do it again just to be safe. All right.
Brees, yeah, I don't know a lot about Brees Hall, so I'm certainly not trying to denigrate your opinion there. I'm not going to go there. I think Michael Carter is a pretty decent running back, and I just think they're going to be in a timeshare on a low-scoring offense. But I do like rookie running backs because they don't have all the wear and tear, and they tend to hold up a little better than the vets.
Yeah. Javonte's only second year, but the dude's an absolute monster. He reminds me of Marshawn the way he runs, and he's a little bit quicker. It's going to be wild, but here I'm just going to spin this. We're going to find out who won the fourth quarter spin. Let's go. Congrats everyone so far. Congrats whoever gets this now.
Go ahead and hit the like button, Scotch.
Ooh, so close, Scotch. SJ, he's had a couple in a row. Congrats, man. Nice, another successful stream.
Hey guys, I'm going to go into the Discord and post that good reference I found for week 15, 16, and 17 schedule. It's just a very concise format. Should help you when you're drafting for your playoffs, especially if you're doing best ball. Remember, you really want a game stack. The guys who won the big money last year, they won because they had Cincinnati guys when Burrow had those 2 500-yard weeks, and they won because they had the opponents that they were playing. And then they also were able to run it back with Detroit and Green Bay, a mini stack where they had Amon-Ra St. Brown and who was the guy for Green Bay? I think it was the running back, the backup running back had a big week.
Dylan or whatever.
Yeah, I think it was Dylan. And so you really, really, like when 97% of the prize money is being given out in week 17, you've got to put together a roster that makes sense in week 17. I know 99% of your rosters aren't going to make it to week 17, but if you do make it, you got to give yourself a chance.
That's true. Yep. Yeah, playing for the future. Well, I'm excited for that info, man. As soon as you send that, I'm hopping on. I'm going to start looking into it. Maybe throw a few bucks on there and do a team or 2 tonight. I'm all hopped up on football.
Yeah, I don't know how many best ball teams I'm going to do. I say at least 20. I mean, that's only $100. I may do 100, but I don't want to do but a handful of them right now.
Some of them look cool too. You can do like 3-team leagues, 6-team leagues with just randoms. Some of them are for like $1,000. Some of those people are crazy. Just go for it.
Yeah, I would avoid that. I would play the $5.
Oh, no, I can't. If I had house money, like a lot of it, then maybe. But
yeah, some real sharps if you start playing for $1,000.
No. All right, guys. Thank you for joining. We'll be back on Sunday.
Yep, I'm going to post that link to the Discord right now. So if you check it out, bookmark it.
Cool. Yeah, I'll see you in there. All right, guys. See you in the Discord. Thanks, Riley.